First, we have Sam Villavicencio. She is the Executive Director and Co-Founder of Action ng Kabataan Organization, which is ACO.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Sam Villavicencio, the co-founder and executive director of ACO, or Aksyon ng Kabataan Organization. I am currently a student in the Ateneo de Manila University, and I'm an advocate for children's welfare and social justice.
All right, thanks, Sam. So you're based here in the Metro?
Yes, in NCR.
Okay, got it. So how did ACO start, Sam?
Okay, so back in 2018, a bunch of me and my friends, were exposed to a lot of different communities by our school during like immersion experiences and programs. And during those immersion experiences, we were really able to form close relationships and bonds with different kids and also farmers and the nanas who would stay with in their houses. And the relationships we formed, which last until today, actually, like we still communicate until now, really inspired us and made us think, oh, what if we become a bridge for our friends from other schools to these communities as well. So with that, we started our first outreach program with kids in orphanages, and we invited a bunch of our friends to join us in these outreaches. And a lot of people really did have a fun time. It was surprising to see just how well we all got along. So with that, we began to plan more projects and more outreaches. And within a short amount of time, ACO started to grow even more, and more people slowly wanted to volunteer and become a member as well. And so with that, with those small outreaches that we started planning in the beginning, we started growing and started having our own projects and initiatives aiming to give aid to other sectors of society. So our main focus is kids, but we also aim to give back to other communities as well.
Okay. So when did ACO start?
So ACO officially launched January 2019, but it was already starting in late 2018.
Okay. And do you have projects ongoing now?
Yes, so we currently have an ongoing project for the typhoon victims. So it's a donation drive for victims all over the Philippines. So we aim to reach people in Cagayan, in Rizal, Marikina, and just all the affected places in general. So that drive is still ongoing until today. And we also have an incoming Christmas project, which is actually launching tonight. So you guys should check it out.
Okay, so what is this Christmas project that you have for tonight?
So more details will actually be posted tonight, but it aims to help the children of our partner foundations and orphanages. So these children were usually abandoned by their parents, or they don't really have homes that are conducive to growing up. So they're put into these orphanages. And due to the pandemic, a lot of these orphanages are struggling financially and can't really support these kids with their basic needs. So with that, we wanted to raise money to be able to provide for the kids and also provide them with their Christmas gifts for this year as well.
Okay, and do you have any future plans for ACO? Or what's your future goal? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So our mission and vision is ultimately for the welfare of the Filipino children. So all of our projects, all of our initiatives really aim to give a better future to the Filipino children, because that is really what they deserve. So with that, we do continue to plan a lot of projects and initiatives for our partner foundations, and as well as addressing different social issues. And we really try to make use of our social media platforms and utilize our online resources as well, given this pandemic. So with that, we do have incoming projects planned out for early next year, but just stay tuned for that.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sam, for giving us a very brief introduction about ACO.
Thank you.
Next, how about you, Sam? What is your personal...
So like what I said a while ago, I'm a really strong advocate for children's welfare and social justice. And I guess that really stems from my immersion experiences, which I had back in school at a very young age. So in grade school, we were already exposed to different communities. And I remember there was this specific experience where we had an outreach with Muslim children. And I studied in a Roman Catholic high school. So seeing how we were able to bond with kids who were really different from us really inspired me na, oh, we're a lot more similar than we really think. Like just because we do have a lot of differences in terms of social status or culture or beliefs, it doesn't mean you can't form relationships or friendships that could help them as well. So I guess from those experiences and the immersion programs, that's what really made me become passionate in doing these acts of service. That's why from these immersion experiences, I started planning my own outreaches with my own friends. And from that little small passion of just wanting my friends from other schools or people of different communities to share that passion with me of being able to form relationships with these kids or people from sectors of society which we wouldn't really see or associate ourselves with prior to everything happening. I guess that's what really stemmed all the love that I have for service at the moment. And as this continues, it really inspires me now knowing that so many members of the youth today also share that same advocacy as I do for service. So especially during this pandemic, so in the start of this pandemic, we actually had a project for ACO aiming to give back to the frontliners. And from that project, we really saw just how much people really wanted to help from the safety of their own homes. And I guess through that, we constantly wanted to do even more than just one project. And that's when we started doing more towards children who didn't have access to accessible education. We would partner up with different youth organizations so that we can raise money for tablets, hygiene kits, and even school materials for these children as well. And from there, we just realized that no matter how tiring it seemed like for other people, like how do you manage your time within work and school as well, since we are still students at the moment. And back when ACO started, we were really just in high school. So I guess there really is no answer to that. It's just that your passion and love for service talaga is really what will keep you going. And it doesn't seem like work to you because you do genuinely love what you're doing. And so from then on, we just continued to do even more projects and plan together. And it really inspired me to see how many people wanted to join me in this advocacy and help me with all these projects. And that sense of bayanihan and spirit really shines through during the everything that happened during Typhoon Ulysses. And so seeing just how many youth organizations and people my age who wanted to help from the safety of their own homes was really
How were you able to show or demonstrate the hashtag Together Weekend?
So I guess through ACO, we really want to show that there is no specific or perfect or right way to help. Like helping has no boundaries. So even if you just donate 20 pesos, that 20 pesos could be what's missing to provide a family with a meal. And I guess throughout this course of, donating for the typhoon victims, it really showed that there is no specific or guidelines in helping, because as long as you're passionate to do something, then that is all that matters. So seeing just how the spirit of bayanihan is so evident among members of the youth, it's really inspiring knowing that we can do so much if everyone does something to help. So it doesn't have to be something super big like donating like a super large amount. Just sharing a post on social media is already good enough and is already help enough. So yeah, I guess just through a collection of small efforts talaga, all the members of the youth, when we do something to help, it really shows just how much we can do when we do it together. So I just want to say thank you also for having me, like on behalf of ACO. And so yeah, like we still have an ongoing donation drive for the typhoon victims all over the Philippines who were affected by Typhoon Ulysses. So if you're interested in donating, you can check out our donation channels, which are still open. We're open to monetary and in-kind donations. So you can check that out on our Instagram at ako.org.ph and also on our Facebook, Aksyon ng Kabataan Organization. We also do have an incoming Christmas project, as I mentioned a while ago, which we will be officially launching tonight, but it is for the benefit of our two partner foundations, which is Tahanan ng Pagmamahal and the Ating Familia Foundation. So it is in support of our advocacy, which is really just children's welfare and social justice. So if you're interested, then you should make sure to check that out and check also our social media pages for our posts, since we do have a lot of write-ups and zines by our very own members on various advocacies, so that might interest you. And shout out as well to my whole ACO committee and my ACO core group. I wouldn't be here and all our projects wouldn't be possible without you guys. So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sam.